from your active.
My what?
Hello everyone, I'm Geoff, and welcome to the Rookie Critic YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about what type of equipment I use for my videos. We're going to start out with my camcorder, my FHD 1080p high definition camcorder. It's got 24 megapixels, and it is 1080p, of course, HD. It's got a touchpad, and let me show you what it's like. Alright, so it's got a flippable thing so that when you're filming yourself, you can look at yourself and check out how you're doing on it, and you can see what's up so you know what you're filming and can double check things. I'll show you this setup in a second, but I'm going to show you the sound difference on there because it's really important that it comes with the microphone. When I bought this on Amazon, I think it was around $80 when I bought it, and it comes with the microphone. And if you don't have the microphone, the camera itself does have a mic on it, but it does not pick up the sound very well, and I'll show you why in just a second. Alright, right now I'm talking to the camera without the microphone plugged in. You're hearing it from the camcorder's audio. I actually haven't tested this one out myself personally. I'm holding the camera about a foot away from my face, and normally if I'm doing a skit or something, I have the camera quite a bit away from me, and I don't want to have to yell really loud in order to have my voice get heard on the camera. So usually coming with the microphone will make it sound very clear and crisp. Right now it might sound a little grainy or echoey or something. I actually am going to double check in the replay, so let's see how that sounds. Well, I did a replay on this, and it actually picked up quite a bit of the sound. But to me, it also sounded like it was coming out very loud. It was coming out very echoey. There was a slight static noise in the background. So, I mean, if you have a budget or you accidentally break your actual microphone, maybe the camcorder mic can pick it up. I only thought that it wouldn't pick it up very well is because I did have a similar camera before that I would use, and it was also this one was an HD, not FHD. This had 24 megapixels. It had 1080p as well, high definition, but whenever I would try to play any sound from its microphone, for some reason it would sound as if I'm talking right now as it is, but it would sound as if I'm just whispering a little bit of ways, and it's not going very much, and it wasn't doing very well. But okay, now let's see how it sounds. Let's see how the camera sounds with the microphone plugged in and see the sound difference. Alright, let's go. Okay, so for this one, now I have the microphone plugged in, and I'm talking to it from about less than a foot away because the mic sticks out a little bit. And this, again, this is not, I would have to kind of have it a little bit further away from me so that it doesn't get too much feedback. The closer you are to the mic when it's on a camcorder like this, sometimes the sound levels can go a little messed up, and sometimes that goes to a pitch really quick with if you're too close to it with your ear, and it just doesn't sound that good. But, you know, being a little farther away from it, it should sound pretty clear, pretty good, and it should sound just fine. This is about the good type of audio you want for a good skit. Again, this camcorder itself, I think, was around $80 to $90. It wasn't that expensive. If you want a better quality camera, they cost a lot more money, but being a YouTube channel, you know, you usually don't want to spend too much, and I don't really like the ones that seem like they're photographer ones, personally. I like having a little camcorder. I just like the way it feels, like the way it is when I'm trying to film something, and it fits on my tripod easily enough. But there are better quality cameras that are like $200, that are $150 even, but, you know, it depends on your budget. This was like around $100, so that's the way this one sounds. Alright, so that's how the camcorder sounds. I use this one mostly for my skits, like I said, but I used to, with this camera, I would, you know, record an actual video with it sometimes, and this would be the one that I'd upload to YouTube, and it's just me talking to the camera. It's good for that, too. The only issue with this one was I would put it on the tripod so often. I used this one for over a year, and it just wouldn't screw in here very well. It kind of dulled out. So after a year of constantly using the camera, just the placeholder of it stopped, you know, keeping it in place, but it still is a functioning camera, so I'm not getting rid of it. I'm keeping it just in case I need an extra. But this one seems to be pretty new. It has a different type of screw-on thing for tripods, so I'm going to show you that in just a second. Alright, this is the new type of tripod that I use. I used this tripod while I was filming the Rookie's Test trilogy, and holy crap, the tripod that this camera is on right now was the one I used for the last year and a half, but this is such a better quality tripod in my opinion because its functions actually work. It's a lot heavier than the one that I'm using with this, but it just seems to serve such a better function. It has 2 different adjustment levels for the height on the legs, and as it is right now, if I were to put it on here, it's about maybe 2 feet, around 2 feet, maybe a little bit under 2 feet tall, and there's a crank function on here that can rise the camera stand a little bit extra, which that was my main issue on the tripod that this camera is on, because the thing wouldn't be able to hold the weight of my camera. Whenever I would try to amp it up a little bit extra on the pole, it would just kind of drop down. It was a very old, light, weaker tripod, but this one can actually take it, and it's got a little lever, and it's adjustable. You can put it back down. This is great for a lot of shots, like in my Rookie's Test Trilogy, where I want the camera to be at kind of an eye level when I'm standing up, or slightly above me. If I need it to be higher, I would personally put a table under the tripod, and then have a, looking down on me type of view, but for the most part, this handles it all by itself. You don't need to have all the extra stuff. You can just have this tripod, move it around where you need to, adjust the height levels, and you're pretty much set to go. And I have liked this one so much more, holy shit. And one of the things about this one is when you attach it, when you're attaching the camera to it, as long as this part's on it, which is very easily removable, you can just twist this little thing here right off, and it will come off, and then you can replace the battery that you use for it. And this thing is what attaches it to the tripod. So just 1 second. So you literally just put it on right here, and you just adjust the lever a little bit where it would sit on, let it go, and kablam, you've got your camcorder nice and tidy on there, and you are good to go to start filming. One of the last things I'm going to go over with the camera is the remote that came with this one. Now, I think that some of the cameras come with a remote, but I don't know if all of them do. But I didn't think that I needed the remote at all. I thought it was kind of a dumb thing at first, but holy freaking crap. Having this little remote makes doing skits or just regular filming, if you're just doing like a regular type of video, makes it so much easier to do it, because you don't have to always push the buttons on the thing and ruin, moving the camera and trying to click all the buttons. No, you can do all the same functions from right here on this remote, and it makes it so much easier. I'm actually going to switch to the other camera that I have set up on the tripod right now to show you how much of an easy switch that is. And I'm going to press the record button. So 3, 2, 1, and kablam. Now I'm on this view right here, just from the click of the button, and I just freaking love having to do that. And if I want to stop, if I'm done recording, I'm doing a video, like, hey guys, how's it going? This day on Star Wars News, we are blah, 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 and that's it. Thank you for watching, and have a good one, guys. And it's that simple. You just literally press the button and it's done. There's a replay function on there. There's a mode change. So if you want to go from recording video to taking a picture, that's also good for if you want a certain thumbnail and you think you're in a certain type of position that would be a good one for it. You can just make a snap a quickie. And I don't know. I just really like this. I just keep it in my pocket. Press record, boom, done. Do it again, move the camera, boom, press record, stop it. It's so much easier, so much easier. And I almost forgot one more thing. At the very bottom of the camcorder is where you would change the battery out. Now, just from my experience, when I'm filming and using the camera constantly, let's say I'm filming for straight 45 minutes, that might be as long as a full charge battery will last. I know that they sometimes say that it will last a full hour in use, but I just haven't had that ever happen before. Even when it's been charging for 6 hours or so, and then I go use it, it might not even last me a full hour. But that's why it's a good thing to have 2 batteries. If you have at least 2 batteries, then you should be able to film what you need to within the day just fine. So I would have this one. So while I'm filming with this camcorder, I would have this other battery that would fit in it go on this other charging port, so that while I'm filming with the other one, this one's on the wall charging just fine, and hopefully this was already charged a little bit before so that I can have the full charge. And then when I need to switch them out, then I put this battery onto the charging port, and even if this only lasts for like an hour, at least you can swap them out and still be able to film stuff without having a completely dead battery and then having your day go to a complete waste. For me, it's a little annoying to have to swap these out all the freaking time. Sometimes they seem to run out faster than you would think, but I guess when you're filming constantly, you're not turning the camera off all that much. You're just filming for a full straight hour, then it drains it like crazy, which might not be what these are for, but that's how I use them, and being able to swap out the batteries has made it a lot less of a problem, because when I first got my camcorder, I did not know that you could charge it on another port and have another battery, and I would record what I need, and then I would wait another 3 hours, and then start recording again, wait another 3 hours. Fuck that. If you're okay with changing out your batteries, every hour or so, then you'll be just fine with recording. Just keep that in mind when you do it, and I'm going to move on to the next piece of equipment now. Up next, we have a phone stand. This thing is able to grip your phone in place and keep it attached to your table. This one says it's called a TriPhone. I don't know if that's the actual brand of these things. I didn't actually look at what this was called. When I looked this up on Amazon, I just looked for a phone stand, and there was a plethora of different types of phone stands, so there's plenty of different ones that would fit your use. If you want them from the ceiling or from something else, then there's different ones for that. This one attaches to a table pretty nice. I'll actually show you, because I also use my phone, my Samsung Galaxy S8. I'm pretty sure you could just use whatever type of phone and it'll be the same effect anyway, but let's switch. Actually, I'm going to show me screwing this onto the table first so that you can see how it adjusts and see if you like that type of function or not. So this thing is the adjuster right here. So if you want it to be tighter or looser, then you adjust that. So right now it's pretty tight, but I'm just going to loosen it up so that it can slide right onto the table. And then if I want it to be secure and in place, then I just righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and get it to a level. You just get it to a level that works and is nice and tight. You don't need to tug too hard on it. You won't be moving it around all that much. And then you adjust this thing right here to where your phone's going to be. Now what I like to do is I will turn my phone on first, and I'll go to the camera. And I like to have the actual camera part facing me so I can see what I'm recording. And, I will put it on this side. You got to make sure it's not pressing on any of the buttons on the side of your phone, otherwise it will have some issues. So just align it properly. If your phone's touchscreen, which every freaking phone these days are, it's okay, because it doesn't actually press the buttons on here, but just make sure that you can actually reach your buttons so you can record, which I will switch over to right now. Now you should be hearing me from my phone's microphone. You should be able to notice a little difference, but you should be able to still hear me just fine. I normally use the phone stand along with my phone to do my drawing videos, of which I don't do that very much of, but as you can see, I can adjust the level okay enough right here as it is, and just, I can pan it down if I need to. If I wanted to adjust it to a higher height, I can adjust where I want the camera, and you could still hear me okay enough, and, if I wanted to move it to a different angle, I can do that too. And kaboom, and it's still the same. I can move it back if I want. And yeah, the thing that I'm also using, I'll adjust it back to normal. The thing that I'm resting the picture on right now is a deer, it looks like. I don't know. It's just a stand so that I can prop up papers and whatnot. I used it for school, actually, so I can take my notes better. I can have it propped up, and it's just a little thing that you bring this little notch down, and it has a few levels on it, and then you pick this, to see how steep you want it to hold your papers. I like to have it at level 3, and then that way I can, prop up what I want to look at and, view things the way I want. It's hands-free. This is perfect for, drawing videos, like EVS and a few other people I know. I think Riot Kitty also kind of use this type of thing where, if you want to show people something and be hands-free, this is a perfect thing for it. If I had my computer in front of it right now, then I'd be showing you an article or something, so just showing that. Actually, now I have to show you the equipment that I've been using to record this video the whole time. So, right here we've got my Logitech camera, of which, while I was filming that last one, I knocked the freak over, which freaked me the hell out, but okay. This was the weaker tripod stand that I was using before, that, it's been pretty beat up, and this thing's barely able to even stay on there as it is too, because of the screwy thing. It's been so used all the time. And then I have the Blue Yeti microphone, which is like one of the cheaper, good microphones. I think this one was around $100, could have been $120. Sometimes they're a little more expensive, sometimes they're a little cheaper, depending on when you get them. I buy my stuff on Amazon, by the way. I forgot to mention that, so that's the prices I'm referring to. And I have my computer as well, which, it has its own built-in microphone that I use sometimes, but not very often, so I'm not even going to bother showing how that sounds. It sounds a little different, but, it's not the best, not the worst. So on the Blue Yeti, there's a few different functions, like there's the mute button and the volume. I've heard that it's good to keep the volume level at around the center, around the middle. Maybe a little bit over is okay sometimes, because if it's too low, your voice can sound a little different, and if it's too high, it can also not sound that good either. And the mute button is not working right now because I have it pushed, so it could pick up my actual sound, but that's okay. And I'm going to take you around back real quick to show you what's behind. And back here it should show the gain function and the different options to be able to speak into the microphone, so I'll go over that right now. So the options are basically, what it's set to right now is so that it picks up my audio coming from me right here, which is the symbol on the back is the little circle with the slight dip in it, and then there's another one that can pick up sound from all the directions, and that one's, I call that the Omni one. It just goes all directions. It'll pick up sound. It might not sound the clearest as it might in my video earlier, but it will still pick it up very well. And there's also like a dual function or a bi one where it picks up sound coming from here and from behind it, which I think that one's for interviews. And there's one more function on it that I don't remember and I don't use too often. I really hardly ever change any of the dials. I keep them the same because there was a time where I would adjust them all the time, and then sometimes when I'm recording, the audio would sound extremely different. So I have it set to what I like, and I never change it. That's just what I do personally. Going back to the Logitech camera, it's a very good quality camera. A lot of the bigger YouTubers use it as well. I think Mecha Random uses this as well. I love the quality of this camera so much better than the one on my computer because it actually has good quality. It's not too grainy. It's perfectly fine. It's very small in itself, and it came with a little phone stand that would be, maybe about this tall in comparison to the big tripod, which, isn't that much, but if you needed something to prop it up, that's what that would be. But I'm going to switch back over to the Blue Yeti to finish out this video. Well, that was the equipment that I use, guys. I hope that was a little helpful and lets you know a little bit about what I do and what equipment I'm using to do them. So I should probably tally all the prices up on how much all this cost, which I might do at the end. But then again, prices change, and I bought some of this stuff about a year ago or quite a few months ago, so the prices could be quite different right now. But we'll see how I feel after the end of this video. And I should probably mention that there are a few other things that come with having a microphone and having a camera. So I'll actually switch over to the screen share function on my computer to show you some of the apps that you should probably have with it, because you can't just have camera, mic, plug in, and record. There's a few things you got to get along with it. So let's do that next. So what I use for my Blue Yeti to record my audio is Audacity, which I could record in a second, which I think should save the file. I'll show you right now. So I'll press record, and hopefully it'll still show the actual function of it because I'm recording with my screen recorder as well, and just recording audio bites for you right here. I press record, and then I'll press stop, and I can go to save file at the top. You go to file export, and then export audio. So I don't know about all the other functions, honestly. I've literally only just used it to record audio and then save it, so it's as simple as possible. You go to File, Export, Export Audio. It opens up your files. I already have it at a spot where I want to save things, and I'm just going to title it blah, and save it. And bada bing, bada boom, there we go. And, as you can tell, the audio levels right here, it'll show you it, which is a little different because sometimes when I'm recording, it'll show it being a lot higher, and I don't know why it's doing that right now. Probably because I'm using, two different things to pick up my microphone at the moment. But then 3, 2, 1. But if you're just trying to make a regular video, you don't want it to be too complicated, too complex, then you could just have the Audacity. You could just have the Audacity to get Audacity and use that to record, and you'll be able to find that in your file folder and be able to play it. Sometimes when I have to replay it, I have to unplug my Blue Yeti in order for my speakers to be able to play what I just recorded. For some reason, sound does not really play back while your microphone is plugged in, so you can record whatever audio you need, but then you have to unplug the microphone in order to hear the audio play back, which is a little weird. I don't know if there's a way to fix that or to have something different, but that's just my experience right now. So if you listen to me and you got it, I'm just telling you that so that you are aware. When I got my Logitech camera, when I plugged it into the computer, a thing came up for me to download, and that was the Logitech Capture. I'm going to open that up right now, as I did, and it will bring up this little screen right here, and you are able to record your video right here. When you click on it, you can take a snapshot right here. I'll actually do that right now, because I think I should be able to. So, boom, snapshot is captured, and it automatically saves it for you somewhere else in your computer. I mean, it'll show you, when you click on the video button right here, it shows you where you saved it, and then you can change where you want it to be saved if you want to. And yeah, that is the Logitech camera thing. I could show you the layout of how this works, but I don't really want to right now. I'll probably do that in a different video. I'm kind of trying to wrap it up now. I'm kind of just rambling, as you can tell. This video is long enough as it is. That pretty much covers it. I have a video editor that will also allow me to record with the Logitech camera and the Blue Yeti, so if you don't really want to use the Logitech function, you don't have to, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of different ways to do it. I'll go more in depth in a different video for that. I'm just showing you the equipment that I use and showed you these 2 apps as a bonus. So I'm actually going to, I'm on the screen share function, but I'm also on the camera, so I'll just end it like this. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you want to talk or collab, contact me at the links to social media below. Also, check out the Fandom Collective, which is the next phase of the Fandom Menace, which has dozens of talented rising content creators.